Have you at any point asked why nobody has been on the moon for over 45 years? Why is NASA currently getting back to the 2,159-mile wide circle of rock? Which projects or missions are currently being planned, and what are the latest discoveries? All this and more you'll learn in the present video. Why NASA is getting back to the moon. For over 45 years, the moon remained unvisited. However, researchers worldwide are once again turning their focus to the dark ball in our night sky. For astronauts and space adventurers, it seems to be a growing trend to revisit the moon and explore it more closely. But why are NASA and other organizations investing so much in exploring the moon, even though much has already been studied? Despite the previous exploration, significant portions of the moon remain neglected, and its story, spanning 4.51 billion years, is far larger than we can imagine. Because the moon never had an atmosphere, running water, or weather, it acts as a museum of our solar system's origins. Through its study, scientists can infer much about the history of both the moon and Earth. This is why the moon has once again gained popularity. NASA has ambitious plans for both the near and far future, with the Artemis mission taking center stage. The Artemis Program represents a new framework for upcoming lunar exploration. With the aid of advanced technologies developed over the past several years, researchers now have the tools to better understand the geological history of the moon and Earth. NASA has even revealed 13 new potential landing sites in the moon's South Pole region. This area is significant because of the presence of moon ice, a discovery that sounds strange at first but has profound implications. Advancements in moon exploration. Innovative advancements now allow for more detailed exploration of the moon, but collecting accurate data still requires human astronauts. Trained geologists in the field can quickly identify and prioritize important samples, something robots cannot yet replicate. Exploring the moon is not just about understanding the past. Scientists are also focused on the future benefits of these missions. Space research has already led to technologies that benefit the global economy. For example, spacesuit materials that endure extreme temperatures while remaining lightweight are now used in protective gear for firefighters worldwide. Global interest in space exploration is fostering international collaboration. Countries like India, China, Russia, and European nations are working on complex missions, inspiring future generations of engineers and pioneers. Their knowledge could eventually turn the dream of expanding to Mars into reality. Why has nobody been to the moon for over 45 years? Why did humanity's fascination with the moon seemingly fade away for so long? The first moon landing in 1969 was a monumental event for humankind. However, it took more than 45 years before humans set foot on lunar soil again. The reasons for this long absence are varied. Political tensions and high costs played major roles. Today, the cost of a comprehensive return to the moon is estimated to be around $133 billion, while NASA's 2020 budget was only $22.6 billion. In the United States, changing presidential administrations further complicate matters. Planning, developing, and testing rockets is a lengthy process, but researchers often face challenges when new political priorities take over. This constant shift costs NASA valuable time and money. Public interest also plays a role. In a 2018 survey, only 42.9% of people considered a return to the moon a priority, with many favoring efforts to detect potentially hazardous asteroids instead. Additionally, the moon's uneven surface, cratered landscape, and extreme conditions, such as prolonged sunlight, darkness, and cold, make safe landings and exploration difficult. These challenges have contributed to waning interest among younger generations. NASA launches Artemis mission. Despite these challenges, hope shines brightly in the sky. NASA's Artemis mission marks the first step toward sending humans back to the moon. This initial mission, lasting 42 days, is automated and designed to test the performance of the Space Launch System (SLS) rocket and the Orion spacecraft. The spacecraft will carry humans farther into space than ever before. Several European countries are also involved in the Artemis mission. The Artemis Program. The Artemis program aims to send the first woman and the first person of color to the moon between 2025 and 2030. The program's name is inspired by Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt and twin sister of Apollo, a fitting tribute. The Artemis crew will use the Orion capsule, designed for up to 21 days of habitation in space. It is equipped with a European service module, which includes solar panels, life support systems, gas tanks, and the main engine required to reach lunar orbit. The moon is once again a destination, not only for exploration but also for collaboration and inspiration. With the Artemis program paving the way, humanity is taking bold steps to uncover the secrets of our celestial neighbor and ensure a brighter future for space exploration. Have you at any point asked why nobody has been on the moon for over 45 years? Why is NASA now getting back to the 2,159-mile-wide circle of rock? Which projects or missions are currently being planned, and what are the latest discoveries? All this and more you'll learn in today's video. Why NASA is getting back to the moon. For decades, the moon remained unvisited. However, researchers worldwide are once again turning their attention to the dim ball in our night sky. For astronauts and space adventurers, it seems to be a trend again to explore the moon more closely. But why are NASA and other organizations so interested in investigating the moon further, even though much has already been studied? The story of the 4.51 billion-year-old gray circle is much larger than we can imagine. Since the moon never had an atmosphere, running water, or weather conditions, it essentially serves as a museum of our solar system's origins and, by extension, Earth's origins. This makes the moon an invaluable object of study. Consequently, the moon has gained popularity once again. NASA has ambitious plans and ideas for both the near and distant future. The Artemis mission, Artemis program, and the Artemis generation are significant pillars of these upcoming exploration projects. With new technologies developed in recent years, researchers can better understand the geological history of the moon and Earth. NASA has revealed 13 new potential landing sites, particularly in the moon's South Pole region. But because of the presence of lunar ice. The idea of ice on the moon might sound crazy at first, but stay tuned to learn more. Why scientists are returning to the moon. Innovative technologies now allow researchers to explore larger parts of the moon while obtaining precise results. However, astronauts in the field remain indispensable. They are faster and more skilled than robots at collecting samples and identifying significant findings. But it's not just about exploring the past. Scientists are also considering the advantages lunar exploration offers for the future. Products developed for space research, like lightweight yet highly durable spacesuits, have already revolutionized industries on Earth. For example, these suits inspire the protective clothing worn by firefighters worldwide. The global interest in space exploration also fosters international collaboration. Countries like India, China, Russia, and various European nations are working on complex lunar missions. Together, they inspire future generations of scientists and pioneers who may one day use this knowledge to achieve humanity's dream of expanding to Mars. Why has no one been on the moon for over 45 years? But why did interest in the moon wane for so long? The first moon landing in 1969 was a global spectacle and a giant leap for humanity. Yet, it took more than 45 years before humans even considered stepping on lunar soil again. Several factors contributed to this prolonged absence. Political risks and the high costs of such missions were significant hurdles. With modern inflation, a comprehensive return to the moon would cost approximately $133 billion. In comparison, NASA's 2020 budget was only about $22.6 billion. The ever-changing U.S. political landscape also played a role. Since developing, testing, and launching spacecraft takes years, projects are often disrupted when new administrations take office and set different priorities. This constant change wastes time and resources, making it challenging for NASA to achieve its goals. Public interest has also waned over time. In a 2018 survey, 42.9% of respondents said a return to the moon was not a priority, suggesting that efforts should instead focus on tracking potentially hazardous asteroids. Technical and geographical challenges. The moon's uneven surface, marked by craters, makes safe landings difficult and requires meticulous planning. Additionally, lunar dust, continuous sunlight, and the 14-day cycles of darkness and cold pose substantial challenges. None of these conditions seem particularly appealing, which has also contributed to declining interest among younger generations in lunar exploration. NASA launches Artemis mission. Despite these challenges, there's renewed hope with NASA's Artemis mission. This program is the first step toward sending humans back to the moon. Artemis I, an uncrewed mission lasting 42 days, aims to test the performance of the Space Launch System (SLS) rocket and the safety of the Orion spacecraft. This spacecraft is designed to carry humans farther into space than ever before. Several European nations are also involved in the Artemis mission, showcasing the global nature of this endeavor. The Artemis Program. The Artemis Program plans to send the first woman and the first person of color to the moon between 2025 and 2030. But why the name Artemis? In Greek mythology, Artemis is the goddess of the hunt and Apollo's twin sister, a fitting choice given the historical significance of the Apollo missions. The crew will board the Orion capsule, designed to sustain life for up to 21 days in space. Equipped with an ESA, European Space Agency, service module, the capsule includes solar cells, life support systems, gas tanks, and the primary engine needed to reach lunar orbit. Stay tuned to learn more about humanity's next giant leap.